Hello, my name is Duncan Barkebo Chepcheng. I am the director and founder of LeadCast Limited, where we train, coach, and empower leaders because we believe leaders change destinies. Today, we are going to discuss about change, leading change. And in discussing leading change, we are going to take you through a series of steps which you can use to help yourself to lead change within yourself, to transform yourself from one state to a desired state which you have always been thinking about. Change is a constant thing in life. History is replete with cases and issues and circumstances where change was so apparent, and most people who did not embrace change either perished or became distinct, or they were rendered redundant in the society. Change, therefore, is nothing to avoid, but change is something to be understood. Most of this time we have been told about manage change within yourself, manage change within your organization, manage change in your family, manage change in your church, manage change in your job. But today at LeadCast, we are teaching you about lead the change. Leadership is about influence, influencing people or a group of people or an individual or yourself from one state to another state, which most of the time is the desired state. Leadership, therefore, is about change. The movement from one state or a state where we feel we don't want or we are dissatisfied about to a state where we feel we wish to be or we desire or we enjoy or we like is the transformation process. The caterpillar moves to be a butterfly. The egg turns out to be a chick, and the chicken will lay another egg, and the egg will hatch into a chicken. Every time we have change of seasons, from rainy season, we go to the sunny season, we go back to the rainy season. In the society, we have change of the weather, we have change of circumstances, we have change of rules and laws, we have change of governments, we have change of everything. Change, therefore, is a constant thing in our lives. But at LeadCast, as I've emphasized, we are saying understanding change is very important because you can only lead something you understand. Today, we are going to give you those tips to help you lead yourself to that change. And I have already described to you what change is all about. Because change, at the end of the day, is something which will have to move us from one point to another point in life. But as an individual, as our focus at LeadCast is our focus is always at the individual. It's about you as an individual. Can you be able to lead yourself or lead change within yourself? Leading change, therefore, needs to be deliberate. We need not just be led by circumstances of change. A deliberate attempt to lead change is very important. Today, I'll take you through those steps and tips on how to lead yourself in the changing environment. The first step I want us to handle and discuss is creating an urgency within yourself. For you to deliberately lead change, there must be an urgency within yourself. Change does not just come naturally. If you don't deliberately manage and approach change in a leadership mindset, you will be found off guard. And chances are that you can suffer the consequences of regret and looking back and saying, I wish I knew this situation would come in this time. Or I would have done things differently. Only if. Those usually are regret questions, which sometimes you might not get a chance to go back and change, but you have an opportunity from now going forward to deliberately change. As an individual, increasing urgency within yourself could be done in different ways. For example, deliberately looking at your bank statements, at your bank accounts, and trying to see how you are losing or you are making losses within yourself. For example, coming up with an idea of looking at something as something urgent within yourself. If, for example, you have health goals or you've been working towards achieving a healthy lifestyle, create a sense of urgency by looking at the parameters which you are measuring and making sure that that thing is urgent for you. Always create a crisis, even if there is no crisis. In circumstances whereby you are just comfortable and complacent, for example, at your workplace, things are moving very well. You have a salary at the end of the month. You have no problem. You always go to the ATM and check, yes, everything is stable. But that is not safe because change is coming. The only way you can do and be prepared to shift from one state to another one is creating a crisis or creating a sense of urgency within yourself. Changing the parameters, creating urgency is a very important aspect of ensuring that you are able to lead change. The second tip and the second step I want to teach you today is about ensuring that you have a group of people to support you. In this leadership of change, we call it have a guiding coalition or a collaborative team for you to move along in changing yourself. Always ensure that you have people within you who are so significant to you, such that in case of a shift from one situation to another one, you are able to work together as a team and move forward to achieving that change. Therefore, having a collaborative and a coalition team is a very important aspect in change, leading that change in yourself. These significant people, and just to remind you, these significant people are very important to help you transition from one state to another one. The first step, I told you, it is about creating urgency. The second step is about a coalition or a collaborative team. These are your significant people whom you trust to share your ideas about change which you are anticipating to do. These are the people who will guide you, who will be your accountability partners, who will be your people who will help you to measure and walk through the painful process of change. It is easier said than done. Most of the time, when you create this at this level, you will have very few of your friends to help you go along. Often even not your family members. Often even not your siblings. Often even not your Facebook friends or your LinkedIn friends or the WhatsApp friends. They are very significant people within you whom you will work together through the change. The third and the most important step is create a compelling vision. A vision of your desired future. Change can only happen if you know what you want. And leading change is not about waiting for circumstances. Leading change is about knowing that I have to deliberately change the situation from where I am to another situation. Leading change is about creating issues within your life so that it can quickly keep you on toes to go to the desired future. A compelling vision is one of the very important things. A vision, as we have said before, is basically the mental picture, the bigger picture and the future picture you have in your mind, which you can visualize. Vision comes from the word visualize. Visualize that desired end in mind. Begin with the end in mind. Picture yourself with that wonderful state you want to be in. Picture yourself moving yourself from where you live to where you are going. Picture yourself having that wonderful athletic body you have been thinking about. Picture yourself having those things you want to achieve. Picture yourself having that degree certificate or being in the graduation square. Picture yourself being the leader you want to be. A vision, therefore, is a very, very compelling picture of the desired future you want to achieve. Having a vision tells you that you know what you want in life, and therefore you can walk towards those steps to achieve that vision of your life. Fourth, and another important aspect is to ensure that you communicate that vision. Communicate the vision to others. It is important to have a wonderful vision or an idea which has come to your mind, and you see yourself in that wonderful picture. You have that desired state. You are seeing yourself as that athletic person. You are seeing yourself as a person who has achieved some things which you feel you wanted to achieve. You're seeing yourself in that business, selling your things in the shops and having that big supermarket with yourself. You have that vision. But it is not enough to hide that vision under the table. The candle which is hidden under the bed will not help anything, will only burn the person sleeping on that bed. Let your candle come out, show, communicate, share, get suggestions, be open. Open your mind to new ideas. Change your mind. Keep interacting with people. Share. Get networks. Always remember, a communicated idea is something which you can build on. Because one thing is that there is power in sharing your idea to other people. There is power always in having an idea which you have worked on, and you have that idea, not just sleeping under the bed or being hidden under the table, but you are sharing that idea. Use platforms to share your idea. Use networks which you have created to share that idea, and you will be surprised at how many people are ready to support you. You will be surprised at how many people are ready to help you. Because one of the things is that that idea should be, or that vision should be one which will help many people achieve whatever they wanted to achieve in life. If you have that solution to those challenges people have, you will be surprised at how many people are ready and willing to help you. But another tip is ensure that at this point of communicating your vision, always be ready to accept help from other people. As much as you are ready to share, be ready to accept criticism, be ready to accept help from people, be ready to also give help, be ready also to criticize and give feedback to other people. It is a two-way traffic. Nobody has ever achieved a thing by themselves. Leadership is not about doing it yourself. Leadership is about coalitions. Leadership is about networks. Leadership is about helping people achieve. Leadership is about inspiring other people. Vision, therefore, shared with other people, will one way or another attract help and be ready to accept that help. You should also be ready to give out help to other people. The fifth step about leading change in your life is the step of empowering yourself. Empower yourself. By this I mean always look out for ways to invest in yourself as a person. You have already come up with a compelling vision. You have communicated that vision to many of your networks. But most importantly, empower yourself. This means that if there will be training opportunities, you train yourself on the skills required to achieve that vision. You need to develop strong networks to give you resources, to accomplish your vision. Resources are very important in change, leading change for yourself. In a nutshell, step number 5 is always the element whereby you are capacity building yourself so that you can handle the challenges which will come with the change. For example, in the long run, if, for example, you are having a vision of starting your business, at step 5, you have that vision. Step 5, develop your skills about business management. Understand how books of accounts are kept. Understand what is working capital. Understand finances. Understand how to do marketing. Understand how to set a system for a business. capacity build yourself, invest in yourself. There is no shortcut to success in life other than empowering yourself. The success of the future depends on the investment and empowerment you are doing for yourself at the current situations. Always understand that empowering yourself is not an option in every successful endeavor. If you ask the person, they will tell you they invested a lot in themselves. Pay for yourself for seminars. Watch these inspirational videos like you are watching now. Get yourself online content. Read books. Get your friends to teach you. Get mentors to help you understand the whole process of whatever vision you want to achieve. That way, you empower yourself to develop skills and knowledge and capabilities and even tactics and strategies which you can use to succeed in your vision. 6th step is always generate short wins. Short-term wins. It is okay to implement your vision. It is okay to capacity build yourself. It is okay to empower yourself as much as possible. You have now implemented the change. But do not wait for that big breakthrough. Even the small steps you are making, always recognize those steps. Always recognize the short-term wins. Always recognize the success you are making. The small steps of success, the small steps of advancement, the small steps of getting towards your goal are very important to celebrate and to recognize them. Because those ones will motivate you to move to large-scale change. Always look at it in that aspect that at step 6 of leading change for yourself, always look at those small wins you are getting. Generate those small wins, short-term wins, celebrate them, recognize them, but that should not stop you from moving forward. They just need to motivate you to move to a better state and consolidate the gains in the future, the bigger goal you have set for yourself. Small wins could be simple things as, for example, a network you have found. For example, if you're doing a business, you've just secured a friend who's given you a small business to do. That small step is very important. A small step could be as simple as just getting a license to operate. A small step could be as simple as enrolling into a course. A small step could be as simple as doing a cut in an exam. A small step could be as simple as simply having achieved a product being able to be appreciated by one client or two clients. That product, that one or two clients will motivate you to go forward. So recognize those small wins. Never get tired. Never give up. Never talk negatively about your venture. Never talk negatively about your vision, because at the end of the day, those small steps are the ones which will motivate you to move to the bigger steps of achieving your goal. The second last step in leading change for yourself is consolidating those gains. Consolidating the gains made. Any change has some gains you make. However painful the process will be. It is not easy. Change is the painful process. But the change is good in the end. Because without embracing and leading the change, chances are that you will be rendered redundant or you will perish in the society. So at step number 7, you should be able to consolidate the small gains you have made. The gains which, for example, you have seen through the short-term wins you have achieved, put them together, consolidate, and make them become the momentum for moving forward.